the gas and hauling ass today, so we're heading up to Harvard, which is pretty far from me. It's about a half-hour drive. Customer is a fast food place called Culver's. If you don't know Culver's and you're not from the Midwest, Culver's is awesome. They have really good burgers. It's a small chain, not too big, but they have what's called butter burgers, and they have Wisconsin cheese curds. So right there, you're a winner in my book. Either way, we're going up there. The manager of the place, says the safe ain't working. It takes me half an hour to dial open. Okay, well, what's it doing? It just don't work. Okay, is it like you dial it and it doesn't work, or it gets stuck, or it just don't work? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to try to spoon feed you. I'll come fix it no matter what it costs you. That's my motto. I'll fix it no matter what it costs you. So we're going up there to see what the dealio is. It's a brand new, or pretty new, AMSEC. AMSEC's a pretty good safe overall. It's a nicer safe for their line. So what's it gonna be? I don't know. Maybe user error. Maybe something issue with the factory lock. But pretty good stuff from the factory. So I don't know what it's going to be. So I'll check in as we get there. It's about a 30-minute ride. And maybe I'll even get time to send you another stories with Jeffro on the road. We'll see. Get back to you soon. Alright guys, I got 15 minutes of driving. So yeah, we got enough time for a little story time with Jeffro. So, well, first of all, we should probably start off. It's my wife's birthday today, so wish her a happy birthday in the comments. She gets a kick out of people even watching my videos, because I usually bore her to death with my stories, but it's her birthday today. So I asked her this morning, well, what kind of flowers do you want? And she said, surprise me. I said, no, I need to know, like, specifically what kind of flowers you want, because I got to stop by the cemetery a little later and see if they have any fresh ones for you. She didn't like that one. But anyways, that brings me to my story time with Jeffro. This was one I probably won't ever forget. It's unfortunately not a happy ending one. It's a very sad one. It was probably like my first or second year working for my second company. So I was probably in the trade, I don't know, maybe 7 years. So I was still definitely the greenhorn. But it was for a eviction. I remember the lady's name even, Marge Sears, which was the realtor that took a lot of foreclosures over at that time. And typically a foreclosure, you come in and there's a sheriff there. They knock on the door. 99% of the time it's vacant. Other times it's not vacant, and that's when things get ugly. The sheriff's got to tell them to move on, whatever. Well, this one was sort of strange. The actual homeowner was there, but he let us in, and it was very strange. He was still the house was pretty full of stuff, and he let us in and even had the air on, which I thought was even stranger, whatever. But I mean, I guess, he's losing everything. So he was actually pretty calm for the most part. And I remember that, I only had 2 doors to do, the front door and the door from the garage into the house. So it was a smaller house. He lost it. A lot of people lost houses back at that time, so it wasn't uncommon. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person, just meant, whatever, the financial stuff didn't work out for you. So he's like, yeah, here's the door, this front one, and then the garage one, and he even gave me the keys to rekey it, which is cool, because shaved me a little bit of time off my job. So I was outside doing it, and I thought to myself, man, that's pretty nice. He was actually helping the movers move stuff. So when you get evicted, you actually have to move stuff out to the curb on a tarp. This is for Illinois. I don't know if other towns or states are different, but for here, it's you have to move it to a tarp by the curbside, and then if it's raining, you have to cover it. If it's not raining, you have to make sure it's covered. And if it's too cold, they actually have like a stay of execution where if it's too cold, they won't evict you. Well, this was a summertime day. It was probably 85 or so. It was a little warm. But yeah, I thought he was strange. He was helping us move, and I could see the guy was down, and who wouldn't be? You know, you literally pay for your house the whole time. So he's helping move. I take the 2 locks off, and I could take it to the truck. No big deal. You know, I'm just rekeying. And then all of a sudden I heard like the blood-startling scream. Apparently, this guy, the helpers of the movers were talking and asked him, you know, where'd he go? And the realtor said, well, he went upstairs. He went upstairs and actually hung himself, and he died. I like I said, I felt so bad for everybody involved. You know, just one of those days you'll never forget, and it just such a sad day. You know, you think life's pretty shitty, but sometimes people have it worse, and that's one I'll just never forget. You know, that's not one I tell many people, but it is something that, you know, you got to remember that sometimes life sucks, but try to look at the better side of life, and that's one I don't ever want to relive. And like I said, I get people being down, but that was one I'll never forget, and unfortunately that ended up pretty badly, you know. And I don't think that realtor, she after then actually retired. I don't know if that was her last one, but yeah, I think that really shocked her too, you know. And like you said, it wasn't her doing. She's not the guy that's pulling the bank loan from anybody. It's just, you know, that was her job to do. Somebody from the bank's got to do it. So sad story, but yeah, that was one that I'll never forget. So anyways, I'm about 5 minutes out from Harvard, so I'll have to let you guys go, and I'll catch up with you later. And as always, have a good day. Don't make life so serious. Life does get shitty times, but try to roll with what you can. All right, take care, guys. We'll catch up with you later. All right, guys, so we're all done with that safe. It was the AMSEC safe, big red lock. Apparently, when I got there, the girl that was the manager there gave me a 4-digit number, said that's it. Scratched my head because that is not a typical lock for those. But assuming she worked on it and used it every day, I assumed she was right. So after dialing it 3 or 4 times with the 4 numbers, being it's a 4-digit lock, it never worked. I said to her, you know, first thing I did was do a quick wheel count then. If you don't know how to do that, well, it's just basically you spin it all left, park all of them at 50, and then you go one at a time. You feel for, you stop it before 50, and you snap it, and you're going to hear the wheel pick up. So I did that. I verified that's a 3-wheel lock. I said, you only got a 3-wheel lock. How do you got 4 numbers? She said, they added that last number in there. I said, who added it in there? You can't add a number in, a 4-digit number, into a 3-digit lock. No, they added it. It won't work without it. I said, okay, so what was the old 3-digit number? She gives it to me. Yeah, it's the first 3 digits. And the last one was where the dial stopped. So I dialed right in front of her, said, okay, watch. I won't even touch the last number. I put my hand over to dialed it to the 3 numbers, then turned it back, opened right up. And she's like, well, I don't know. That's what they told me. It wouldn't work without that. I said, well, whoever did this or whoever you were dealing with don't know what they're doing. So don't call them back. Let me take it all apart. So I took it all apart, and yeah, they used the old-fashioned graphite in there to smooth things up, and they messed things up. So cleaned it all out, used it all cleaned, and then I ended up taking it and repacking it all with nice Teflon where you need to. Put the lubricants where you need to, Loctited all the screws, put everything back together, tested it 10 times. It works like a charm. So that was it. That's one of those, buy something twice because you get somebody that's cheap and thinks they can do it, and they mess things up. And yeah, unfortunately they messed it up. So all it was just basically take it all apart, finally dial it open, take it all apart, lubricate it with Teflon, and repack everything and button everything up the way it should be, and then test it with the combination 10 times. I actually was going to reset the combination, but it actually did dial half number high, half number low, so it was all good to go. It was honestly truly centered. It was just so gummed up with the graphite. It was so stiff to turn that's what caused the issues in the binding with them. So long and short, that one's an easy fix, and I'm on my way now. I had done a safe opening probably 3 years ago for this estate of somebody, and new owner took it over and says that the safe doesn't open on the number that was given to him. It's a whole new owner, whole new set of people involved. I said, okay. He said, can you come over and open it? I said, for sure. And he says to me, is there a charge for that? I had to giggle at him like, yeah, pretty much. There's going to be a charge to come out. It obviously worked when I left. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been paid. The old people. But anyways, I'm going to go open that. It's my number one safe I open, which is a MyLink or Montgomery Ward's. Had it for a long time. A couple other brands I think they made for it, but it was originally a MyLink fire safe with a center manufacturing cheapo safe. But either way, we'll go get that open. I'm heading over there now. Should be honestly just dialing it open. I think the guy just doesn't know how to dial a safe. I could give you instructions, doesn't mean you know how to read them or interpret them, but I'll go over there and dial it open. I'll be in touch, guys. Take care. Bye. All right, guys. Jeff with HKS Systems Lock and Safe coming back. So we went to that house that was safe we opened, I don't know, 3 to 5 years ago at least. I was just talking to the people. It was apparently an old elderly estate, and I don't know, there's a whole messed up thing. They had the combination, so they were also church people from the homeowners, so I know they were up to nothing bad. So they were nice people. They gave me their ID and everything, and they had the combination, just didn't know how to dial it correctly, so I showed them. Unfortunately, these were elderly people I was dealing with. And the safe, which once I walked in, I said to him, that's a safe at the bottom of the stairs behind the bottom of the stairwell, right? And he goes, how do you remember that? I said, it's a tan MyLink. Even better. I remember it all. And he thought that was really neat that I could remember that. I'm like, I don't remember the combination, to be honest with you, but I think if you told me half of it, I could probably remember the rest. And I got one out of the 3 numbers, so that ain't bad for 5 years, since I do safes almost every day. But anyways, I just dialed it open for him, showed him how to do it, took it out of the room for him, and he was really happy. The safe was actually loaded with money, coins and stuff. So as I said, you probably got enough to pay for my bills. He says, no, that's not my money. I gotta just get it all, collect it all together, and take it up and turn it in and give her the option. I guess the wife is the last remaining survivor of the family, so she's in a care facility right now, so it's up to her to decide. They did find her wedding ring, so I think that's a good ending for that kind of thing. But anyways, it was just dial it open. I spent probably 5 minutes dialing it open and probably 35 minutes talking to them about life and things in general. But nice people. So anyways, if you need that service for safes, you give Jeff a call. I'll always shoot you straight, as honest as the day is long. So that's always a plus in my business. I may not be the cheapest, but I will definitely do it the best for you, and I will always be honest with you. So give me a call. Catch up with you later. I gotta head over to another job, and we'll be updating as we go. Take care, guys.